So Rich today gave us a clinic to go through 10 beginner tricks, or 10 beginner freestyle stuff for snowboarders. So that's what we're going to do. And actually the first trick that we're going to learn can be done on flat ground. First thing you want to go over was just basic presses, which we're going to learn just standing right in line. And a press is a good trick to learn. For beginners, it teaches them balance. It teaches them, how their board can flex, how they can move on their board. So, if you guys want to strap the other foot in real quick. So, pretty much, I don't think there's anybody that would have any problem with this sitting here, but we're focusing when we teach these to, we're keeping our shoulders and our weight centered over our board. We're gonna put weight either on our back foot or on our forward foot. We're just going to press our weight into that foot and lift the other side of the board up in the air. We do ollies on a snowboard just like we do ollies on a skateboard. We're going to press our back foot just like we did on that press that we just did. Put our weight back, again keeping our shoulders nice and square. After we get on our back foot, pop off that back leg and land 2 feet. Watch these guys do it. Again, we're doing all these tricks flat ground right now, but all this stuff that we're doing can be done while moving too. But just as for basic learning purposes, we want our students to be able to do them not moving on flat ground, so then we can incorporate them, as we're riding. Here's frontside 180. Frontside 180s are a nice beginner trick because, again, they can be learned while we're standing right here on flat ground. People can kind of get the idea of how it feels to, not only be in the air like we did with the ollie, but then adding some rotation, just to feel how they move while they're in the air and how the board's going to react when they start trying to turn it. But frontside 180, again, we're going to use that ollie that we did before. Press onto our back foot, pop it up in the air. Then we're going to use the top of our body, our arms and our shoulders, and we're just going to turn to the front side, open up our shoulders so we're facing down the hill. Turn all the way around until our board's facing then the other way. Complete 180-degree turn. It's a good thing to try, even for new guys, to try it with your board off, just to get the idea of what it feels like to turn around the hill. Making sure we have good form the whole way through, with our knees bent, using our arms, balance, landing with both feet on the ground. Boom, perfect. Backside 180s, a little bit tougher. Reason being is as you land, you're actually not looking down the hill, you're actually looking back up the hill. So we call that a blind landing. But, a fun trick. Again, it's another trick you can teach these guys on flat ground. Do those backside 180s. We're thinking about the same stuff we did beginning with the ollie, right? And then instead of opening up, turning so that we're front side to the hill, we're going to actually turn our back to the hill. All right? We do the same things we did before. We do a couple with our board off, so they understand the movement, and we're actually starting this way and then turning back and then looking forward. Okay? So that movement of jumping up in the air, popping off either on the ollie, or you can actually pop off both feet, pushing your front shoulder, turn back towards the hill, turning this way, waiting, getting a good landing, and then looking forward, going back down the hill. Sometimes what happens if you pop a little bit too hard, turn around right away, your tennis foot tends to slide right back out, you can slide right around. So what we want to do is do the back one, look back here, make sure we're nice and stable, we see our landing, and then move back into our switch riding down the hill. Alright, so now we're going to use some butters. So we're going to take those presses that we first did in our very first trick, and now we're going to do them moving. The important thing here is, again, you're keeping your weight centered over your board. You're not letting your chest fall down, you're not leaning back too much. And we're actually going to take those, those butters of being in this position or being on your nose and actually do it while we're moving. Now the difference between that is, you're going a little bit faster now, so you're gonna have to get used to the balance. You're gonna have to get used to how it feels to actually be going downhill. You may end up actually turning or going on edge, so you're gonna have to learn a little bit of edge control as you're doing the butter. But again, do it slow. Start out slow first, and then you can move it to the faster. Doing the butter is a little bit faster than you're going downhill. Alright, so they're watching all these guys coming down the hill. Keeping their weight centered. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. No worries. Oh. Alright, so I'm gonna do a couple more down here. You guys want to do the switch ups, you want to do the nose rolls, whatever you want to do. But remembering that when we're trying to teach our students or trying to teach new guys what they're doing, we're emphasizing those key points of where our weight distribution is, how much pressure we're using on each foot. So, indie grab is back in between the bindings. That's your indie, okay? That's one thing everybody, when we're teaching people, we should know what all our basic grabs are. It's one of the best ones to teach at first because it's right here. When you're doing ollies, you're going popping off little jumps. It's one of the easiest grabs to start with. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down, we're going to use that ollie that we learned and pop off the cat track or the drop in, and then everybody wants to try an indie grab. Even if all you do, when you first try it, just get a little touch and then back, that's fine too. But when we're doing them, what we focus on is getting a good pop off the lip, bringing our knees to us, all right? I have a bad tendency sometimes to bend down to get my grab. Sometimes bending down means putting your chest down and it brings you down, you lose all your pop, and it can send you a little bit off balance. So when we pop off and we use that ollie, we're bringing our knees up or our legs up to us, and we're trying to keep our chest up and look where we're going as opposed to bending down and looking at the board. All right? Sometimes it's hard to not look at the board when you want to get the grab, but once you get used to it, you do it enough times, the board will just be right there, you know it's there, and you don't even have to look at it. Okay, guys, nice job. Everybody made the attempt to get some good pop. You went off the edge. Everybody at least got that hand down to get a good touch. That was good. We don't have to go the time. Quick tutorial on 50-50s. We have our rail set up here. Anytime you're doing a rail, you want to make sure that you feel comfortable, being able to ride flat base, without losing balance or anything like that. You don't want to be on edge at all. We think about those 4 things that anytime we do any maneuver, especially with a feature, about the approach, the takeoff, maneuver, and then the landing. On the approach, you're going to want to find a spot where you can make enough speed that you can get all the way across the feature. Not enough speed is not good on rails. Too much speed is not good on rails. So you're going to have to find a spot, and the best way to do that is look at where everybody else is starting from. If you can see where everybody else is starting from, then you have a good idea of how much speed is needed to get all the way across the rail. Okay, so we have a good starting point. As we make our approach and our takeoff, we want to avoid doing too many speed checks. Too many speed checks usually end up kind of throwing us off balance or throwing us out of alignment, and we can end up either going off the side of the rail or not doing the getting on the rail straight, which can cause us to fall off too early. So we keep a good approach and a good takeoff with our knees bent always. Your knees are always bent when you go on a rail. You never want to straight leg a rail. Give you that kind of athletic position that we always talk about when we first teach our snowboarders. You come up to the rail and you get on top of it. You're going to be looking all the way down to the very end of the rail. Try not to look at your feet. It could cause you to go right off to the side. So you're looking all the way to the end of the rail, thinking about making it all the way to the end, looking at that landing as it's coming up, making sure we're at a good stance with our arms out, helps for balance, and our knees are bent. As we get to the end and we're approaching for the landing, we're looking at our landing. We're getting ready to do a little pop off the rail or just ride right off, and then absorb the landing with our knees and ride away clean. It was pretty weak, but it was a bad approach. I didn't come in straight. I didn't lock in on the rail, get nice and flat, and ride it all the way. I was a little bit off to the side. As soon as I got on, pushed me right off. So that's something when people are going and having trouble staying on the rail. It's usually their approach that needs to be changed. So watch them as they're going, as they're hitting the rail, as they're standing on top of it. What are they doing with their knees? What are they doing with their upper body? They're looking at the right spot. All that stuff can help our students when we are trying to get them better at doing rails.